thrilled to have Tencent Music here at the New York Stock Exchange. So they belong here with their peers of great Chinese companies and great tech companies in general. You know, this was one of the big IPOs that we've been anticipating. It's also nice to see that they've opened quite well, that there's heavy volume, so there's lots of trading in that stock.
This probably will be our last big tech IPO this year. What does this Tencent Music IPO mean to our confidence of the US investors in the tech IPOs going into 2019?
Quality companies are always going to thrive in times of volatility and in times of uncertainty. So I think when you look at something like a TME, or you look at some of the other companies that have seen and been rocked by the volatility and the uncertainty over the last several months, quality still comes out.
What kind of impact this ongoing trade war will have on the IPO market?
So overall, I would say the business community appears, and I don't want to put them all in one monolith, but the business community appears that they're very, that they're still focused on their business plan, still focused on on expansion, but of course always monitoring what's going on in the macro environment. It looks like both sides are negotiating now. There is this 90-day deadline, so to speak. So there is this time frame here, and there's nothing like a deadline to get people to come to both sides and really try to iron out a compromise.
We understand that you just came back from a trip from Asia. Tell us what you saw there in terms of the new startups, the venture capital community.
So entrepreneurship is rocking in Asia. These Chinese companies are not only looking at coming here to the US, but they're also looking at growth in Southeast Asia. There are some markets that have already seemed saturated, like you look at Japan or South Korea, where there's growth, but the growth is not as exponential. And it's tougher relations with the United States right now. So they're also looking at the Southeast Asia markets as another area that can help them diversify beyond, perhaps focusing only on the US or focusing only on Europe and other more developed markets.
We've seen Hong Kong administration has been doing a lot to attract some of the biggest tech IPOs. Why the New York Stock Exchange should be the most attractive destination for China tech IPOs?
Chinese tech companies, they're looking for a diversified investor base. They're looking for more visibility in the United States and on a global stage. It's again going back to wanting to reach that foreign investor base and wanting to reach that deep liquidity, that pool of liquidity. Those are the primary reasons why they come over here, to the United States.